let's talk pectin. The traditional way most of us use pectin is to use a box like this that comes pre-measured. It's usually one box to about 3 cups of juice, give or take, depending on the recipe and the type of fruit. But it's pretty much everything's dictated by the box and the recipes that come developed by that company. But now with online sources and different canning groups and stuff, you might see a lot of talk about buying pectin in bulk. So I've just completed 200 4-ounce jars of jelly, and this is what I use. If you're doing any large amount of canning or preserving, these little boxes are a lot more expensive and the cost can really add up. And that's, if you're trying to save money by making more of your own, preserving more of your own, which of course saving money isn't the only reason to do that, but it's a big benefit. And if you're trying to capture that benefit, then, running up the bill on pectin isn't any fun. But the question is, how do you convert those recipes? A lot of us have recipes that were developed by a company like Sure Gel or Mrs. Wages or Ball or whatever. And if you go to those recipes, it's going to tell you, 3 cups of juice, 6 cups of sugar, and a box of pectin. That's great. But if you're getting a deal on, I got this bag for under $20, how do I use this? What's the measurement? So very quickly, the measurement that is most often recommended, and you can play around with it if you're into experimenting and really perfecting your recipes, add a little more, add a little less in different batches, see what sets and what works the best for you. But the basic conversion is 3 tablespoons, nice even tablespoons of the bulk powdered pectin every time it calls for 1 box. So 3 tablespoons to 1 box. Now, interestingly enough, if you take this box and you measure out the powder that's inside, you actually get more than 3 tablespoons in this pectin. And the same is going to be true for like any of the other brands. And it's more like something kind of between 4.5 and 5, but you don't need that much of the bulk pectin. If you look on some university sites, extension services, they say the same thing. When they're asked, how do you convert? What's the substitution? What's the measurement? They recommend 3 tablespoons of pectin. So there you have it. If you want to get into using the bulk, that's a good conversion ratio to use. And again, if you want, a little firmer set or softer set, you can play around adjusting that. But a good base to start with is that 3 tablespoons for every box.